All right, we have started. Well, welcome, Sunshine. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, first and foremost, before we start, we always like to honor the people who come on. We want them to understand that this is a forum that will allow people that have made a significant contribution to our lives or to sleep, that have done some things that a lot of times you don't get to talk about. So this is your time to talk about the amazing things that you're doing. Yes, it is Sleep is Magic. We are the co-host of this, but you are the star of this. So we want to make sure that you go on and toot your own horn. Don't be playing like you don't know how to do it now. Go on and do what you do. Okay? You hear me? Uh-huh. Look at that grin. Look at that grin, Kelly. Look at it. So this is your time to say, hey, yeah, I'm a superstar. So be the star today. And Kelly, she just talks so fondly of you. And she's like, I gotta have Cheryl on. I don't know if Cheryl gonna do it, but I want her to come on. And then Cheryl didn't want to do it, but Cheryl come and do it. So so we're happy to have you on. And I heard you got a little season on you when it comes to sleep. So you've been around
Mm,
the block a few times. So we love to have people on like that to go ahead and talk about the changes that they've seen and the changes they wish they would have come. Considering you've been in the field so long, there's things that we wish that why they're not happening now. So thank you so much for honoring us with your time. And the floor is yours. But first, dude, I'm gonna get Kelly do what she do. Go, Kelly
Yes.
girl.
So thank you so much, Cheryl, for coming on. We really appreciate it. And just for the audience, I've known Cheryl now for 16 years, and she's very talented. She's done many things, and I'll let her tell the audience that. But she also manages a very well known sleep center. And I just love everything that she does. She's awesome. So I want her to give a little intro about yourself, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So, how long have you been in it? How seasoned? I told her you're not as seasoned as we are, though.
I have officially been in sleep for 27 years.
She got me
Oh,
beat.
she
She
beat
got
me
me
too,
beat. Yeah,
but
she
she's
got some.
younger than us.
Oh, so what? She still got a little more spice than me. Thank you very much. Hmm.
So, go ahead and explain your transition from being a sleep technologist to managing a sleep lab.
Well, for starters, I was totally dishonest about working night shift when I took my first job. Oh, yeah, I can handle it. No problem. I've done this before. Um, so night shift kicked my butt. It was very hard. Never got used to it. And so at that point, I decided I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get on the day shift. So 2.5 years, I studied for that test, finally passed it, and I was on days and was perfectly content with that for many, many years. Um, I was a daytime scoring tech for maybe 12 of those years, and ultimately ended up going back on night shift. And then I went back on day shift. So funny. The ebb and flows in sleep. One thing is for sure, you better never say never, because you could end up right back in that lab running studies. And it's okay, actually. Um, I believe that I was so very good at what I did that no matter how hard I tried to hide, I was plucked out and sought after for this managerial role that I have now. I avoided it like the plague. Um, Thought it would have been way too much for me. Um, but I've actually been managing for 4 years next month. I stepped into this role very nervous, very fearful. And I think that I allowed that fear to actually motivate me and grow me up, so to speak. And I've full on embraced it at this point. It's very challenging still to date. Um, Lots of moving parts. No day is the same as the last. Um, but that might be one of the things I like about it. It's not your humdrum, every day the same kind of burnout mode. There's always something to manage in the sleep lab.
You know,
um,
one of the things I want to highlight for those who are interested in even taking the CCSH and those who haven't even taken the RPSGT, what you said is so important. You did it even though you were fearful. And that's
yes,
what people don't, they will stop and allow
yes,
that fear to just marinate and turn it to a whole meal, and they'll just feast off of it. And the truth of the matter is, if you don't have that concern, that means you're not feeling. And you got to go through the emotion. And what you actually did, you didn't just, it's not you were fearful when you did it. You were courageous, honey. That's what you were. You were courageous. We need to make sure we select the right word for that. No, you were courageous. And that's what that is. You're doing it with fear. Don't let the fear be the first word. You were courageous. And that's
I
what I want
was
people to start
courageous.
doing with this CCSH is they need to be courageous about this. Be
Yeah,
courageous about getting into sleep and do what you do. And
I
like you
agree.
said, it's intimidating. You know, you think you got the imposter phenomenon going on, thinking, well, I'm not enough, I don't know enough. And then you find out the people you work with know less than you and they got a higher position.
Sometimes. I thought
Exactly.
about it today like driving in traffic, right? You never know what's going to happen when you get on the road every day, but you put your seatbelt on, you navigate to where you're going, and you get there.
And
Um,
you know what else you do? We trust the other drivers. And that's something we fail to do in life.
yeah,
We trust the other drivers. You do your part and you're going to trust them until something happens. But we
that's
go
right.
in not trusting other people when we go into situations where we just need to be, like you said, just when you're driving, trust the other driver too.
Yep, that's what you got to do. So that's what led me from the lab into my managerial chair, Kelly.
Well, I love that story because, as Donnie said, there's so many sleep technologists that are hesitant to do things,
They're
and
very
and
comfortable.
right, that's what Donnie says all the time. They're too comfortable, but
Yeah,
sometimes I do wonder, is it an underlying fear? Because all three of us have fear at some point in our lives, and
yeah.
you just have to put yourself out there and do it. So I'm excited. I'm very happy that you said that because people need to hear that.
To be
Is there?
courageous.
Yes. Yeah, I always tell Cheryl that. I don't know if she
Working
believes me, but
and even still, a continual work in progress. Continual
exactly.
work.
Yeah.
I love
It's
it.
to call it's called evolving. You
Yes.
know, one of the things that I'll say this, one of the things that when I've been married over 30 something years, and when I hear a couple who's been married longer than we have, and they tell me they never argued, I tell them I feel sorry for them. And they look at me like I'm crazy, of course, because they're older than me too. But I said, because that meant that you didn't grow. You were
Mm.
required, that is requirement for growth, for the friction. It's like a diamond. You got to have that heat to make that diamond. And that's the
It's
same thing in your
very
relationship. So
true.
if you don't allow that friction, you're not going to grow. That's what you have to do. You have to evolve.
It's very true.
So Cheryl, is there anything you miss about night shift as a sleep technologist now that you've been managing for 4 years?
S- So there was a special instant gratification that you get when you've worked really hard all night on a titration and that patient is fixed and they're having a 2 hour REM rebound and They wake up the next morning hugging your neck. You saved my life. I haven't slept this good in years. It's that feeling. I miss that feeling. It's instantaneous. Um, so I strive to get that in other ways now, but that part of being on night shift, I'll never not stop missing that part for sure.
I actually agree with that. When you get that
Yeah,
titration just right, because
just right.
we all know how difficult it is to titrate
It's
a
an
lot of
art,
these
right? It's
patients.
an art form.
It's
It
not a
is.
science. That's why I said to my students at UAB, I said, baby, this is not respiratory. This is not, it's an art. It's not a science when it comes to titrations.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes you don't get it right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And they
Oh,
just have to come back.
yeah, well, you do your best. So,
You do. You do.
hmm you do your best. It just, it's like some people take a little longer to get through things.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, can you tell us about your leadership style and how you support your team during busy or challenging shifts? And why is this work meaningful to you?
So I am very laid back and easygoing. Um, I have a really good sense of humor and I find a joke in anything. Um, I I have a special relationship with my techs. Um, I think that during COVID, the fact that we as human beings actually survived COVID, I feel like it kind of switched switch something off in our brains, or on rather, that I don't have to do this forever. I can actually quit and go do something else because I survived COVID. So in the back of my mind,
Wow.
I I tell myself that my techs are not stuck here. They're here at because they want to for the moment, but everybody realized that they could do something else if they had to. So I'm their biggest cheerleader. Um, I feel like because, we have these techs that, just want to work nights and run studies, but we also have a tech shortage. So I feel like if I treat my people well, that they'll give me their very best selves. Um, I always go to bat for them. I always support them, and no matter what. And I really do back that work-life balance. Like, I'm a real person. My door is open. Come and talk to me about whatever it is. And I have this, I have built real genuine relationships with these people. And I think that they feel it. I think that they know that I genuinely care about them and their well-being. And they bring their best selves to the job. They know that I'm a kidder, a jokester, but I also am about my business. Um, in my mind, the Emory Sleep Center is number one, and I don't want anybody that works under that roof, any patient that comes in, to have any issue with something that one of my techs could have avoided. Let's just say that. They know I'm about business, but I also am their biggest cheerleader and their biggest fan because everybody can't do this. Um, the physicians, we have about 22 of them. They all want something different. They all like to see things differently. And I have to explain to them, like, this is the technologist that ran your study. They were here all night long working with this patient. It's I really tried to be personable with them, and I think that that makes me an effective leader because I'm not all high and mighty. I'll still put on my scrubs and run a study if I need to. They see me all the time. I'm a working manager. I am through that lab doing stuff right beside them. And I kind of pride myself on that because it's important to be respected and to feel that respect from someone else. And I respect them, they respect me, and so far so good. But yeah, I definitely I have a special relationship with these guys, and I try to always show them little tokens of appreciation, um, as much as I possibly can, because we're not the ones sitting there at 3 o'clock in the morning struggling to titrate some, patient. We just come in the next morning and, like I said, 22 physicians, some of them are pointing fingers. Uh-uh. Let's let me hear it from my tech. What happened? All right. So, I like, some of the things that I like and genuinely about myself, I bring to the job. And I feel like everybody can appreciate it. So that's my leadership style. And I always have my text back, no matter what. I'm definitely going to hear them out before anything else. I'll just say that.
Well, I love that because, people say people leave jobs because of money. They don't make enough money. That's why they left. But honestly, I think if the person has a good leader, actually exactly
Yeah.
how you described,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, money does matter because of bills and stuff, but if we had a leader like you described that always has our back, and no matter
Yeah.
what, they're more likely to stay. And they're also more likely to work their butt off because of the respect they have for
Yeah.
you or for any other manager like you. So kudos to you
They-
for realizing that because not many do.
I think that, but also more importantly, they feel seen, they feel valued. She backs them up because of that. And that's
Yeah.
what most people want. Everybody wants to be seen, they want to be valued, and they want to believe what they do matters. So
Yes.
when you have that in play, any management style would work if you're coming to the people like that. And that's what's a
Right.
lot of times not happening, especially like you said, nights. You've worked your butt off, you've done your best. As you said, sometimes it doesn't work out. You don't need someone
Right.
coming and asking you, well, what you do wrong. First and
Monday
foremost, you
morning
weren't here.
quarterbacks. Yep.
Yeah, you weren't here at 3 o'clock when they kept going to the bathroom 17 times and I was trying to
Right.
straight.
Exactly.
So wait a minute, hold off. But yeah, everybody wants to be, they want to feel valued, they want to be seen and they want to be heard. And that's what I hear you saying that you do for them. And that's why you back them up because you know who they are. And
Yes.
and I know what Kelly's saying, you want someone to be there for you. If someone's saying your name in a messy way, and I say messy, yes I did, in a messy way, somebody should say, hold up. And you
Right.
would want your manager to say that. Excuse me, no, that's not the person that I know. What happened? That's
Exactly.
like being with a spouse. You want somebody to say, okay, wait, hold up. You ain't talking about my man. I'm just saying.
Right. Surely not. Let me see what they have to say about it first.
Yes, let me check. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah. So, what steps do you take to maintain patient satisfaction and positive patient experience in the sleep lab? Because I know where we are, we're all about patient experience.
Yep. So every morning before I do anything else, I pick up the phone and I call two patients from the night before. And I ask them everything from did the technologist explain everything to you to your satisfaction? Was the room to your satisfaction? Did you feel prepared for the study? And you will not believe, or maybe you would believe some of the answers that you get. But if you just take some of those things and really apply them to your lab, it can make a difference.
Hmm.
And it has made a difference. Um, I didn't know our pillows were so horrible. So what did I do? I went and I got us all new pillows. Um, uh, what did somebody tell me the other day? I mean, you have some people that would really came in thinking that they were at the Westin. Um, but then you have some people. I know a lady told me the other day, like she turned the covers over and there was someone else's glasses there, and it was like, oh my goodness, and so you take this information and you go back to the housekeeping staff, go back to my techs, um whatever we could possibly do to make things better. I went through the lab the other day and noticed that the artwork was just not that appealing. So we had somebody come in, and I'm getting all new artwork, more serene images, relaxing, something to maybe relax the patients, put them at ease. I mean, if you think about it, this is an intimate environment. People have their routines before they go to bed, and you want them to be comfortable. So, patient experience is actually one of the things that I really strive to make better all the time. First off, I make sure I tell my techs almost every meeting, treat this patient tonight as if they were Aunt Sally, Uncle Bob, or your cousin Trina, and you won't have to worry about how they felt the next day, you know? Um, but yeah, patient experience is everything. Uh, Bath mat, new plush towels I recently ordered, pillows, artwork, um, within reason, whatever I can do to put them at ease, is what I'm trying to do. So,
You know, Kelly always used to say that about treating the patient like a relative, like your mama, just like you said. And I always have I always have something to say about that because
I always
everybody
throw
don't
a
like.
couple of relatives in now. I
I'm
don't
just
always
saying,
say your mama.
everybody don't like their mama and their daddy,
Listen,
but
you heard me say Uncle Bob, Auntie,
but
cousin, like
but the issue is this: what we should be doing is because we're humans and the
yeah,
respect and honor that human being. And
yeah,
that's how that's how I do it. It's about the human being in front of me. And plus I come from a faith place. I believe in the Trinity, I believe in Jesus, and I'm a believer and a follower. So I come from that space. I see them as he does. And we all messy, we all broken, we something is wrong with everybody. So just seeing them as a human being that deserves the respect of being a human being, no
that
matter what they
deserves that
done.
respect.
Yeah, just give him that. And so I know y'all saw I heard about Uncle Bob and all them, but some people don't like their mamas and them daddies. Don't be telling them to treat them like their mamas and their
I
daddies,
know,
girl.
right? I already know. I
Because
already know.
us, all of us, some of us had to get through it. I had to get through some mom and daddy stuff. I'm just saying. So I'm just don't be telling me to do that. I might have to have a hard night. Yeah. Go ahead, Kelly.
And I'm really excited that Cheryl is because I've been teasing her or after her for a long time, and she's studying for the CCSH. So how's that going?
Ooh, it's challenging as well. Um, I try to set aside time every week and just read. It's it's weird because it's not facts. Like, you learn things, but then with this test, you have to apply the things that you've learned. So it's not like you're sitting cramming a bunch of facts into your head. Um, so you really have to put some effort into sitting down and studying. And I think for anyone that is my age, and
Girl, we got you beat by
with with
10. We
with
got you
the
beat.
stress of the day, it is definitely challenging to study, when I get home. It is.
So what are you
But
reading? What are you using? What study material are you
I
using?
have the study guide, the BRPT study guide.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $50.
Okay.
And then they have some practice exams that I plan to take as well.
Okay. One good
Um,
one good book I'll recommend is Sleep Medical Pearls.
yeah,
Sleep Medicine Pearls,
okay,
because it has the case studies in there. And you remember you got to get in the mindset of the case studies.
right.
That's a real good one to keep you thinking about the case study.
I I
She
have
laughed.
some friends
I'm
that were
not
like,
saying
"Oh,
nothing,
just
man.
go take it. You'll be fine." And I'm like, "No, I need to study. I do, for sure."
Good for you, because everyone is a different type of learner.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you take it when you're ready. And she's right about the pearls. We actually gave that to our newest navigator that is in training,
Oh,
and he
cool.
told me that the pearls helped him significantly.
Very
So,
cool. They
mhm.
look, I've been looking for study materials just about everywhere. They actually have something on Amazon, but like when you read the comments, the answers are like all over the place. And I'm like,
Wouldn't recommend that at all. I would
no.
stay within our realm of sleep. Anybody in sleep medicine,
Right.
yeah, that
Tried
one.
and true.
And
Tried and
study
true.
and study your drugs if you're, because sometimes we kind of forget those.
Right.
That will play a part in it too.
Right.
And know your kids. There's going to probably be a Pete on there.
Mm. And that
You
I
can
don't
do
do.
it. I have no
No,
doubt.
I can and I will.
She
I
got
already
it.
have my little letter of recommendation. I'm all ready to apply. You'd be so proud of
Congratulations.
me, Kelly.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations.
And
Awesome. All right.
we need to have you back on when you
I'll
pass.
be letting you guys know when I pass the test.
Awesome.
Yes, that'd be
Right.
awesome.
Exactly.
All
Okay,
I
right.
Kelly, we're
did
at
it.
our 5 minute mark, girl.
Yeah, we're at a 5 minute mark. So, last question. I asked everyone this question, Cheryl.
Okay.
So, where do you see the future of sleep going? Whether it's within a year or 5 years, where do you see it going?
Hmm. That's a tough question. Um to a place that I don't necessarily like, but I think we're going to see more of it and we probably should prepare. Um especially maybe with our fellow night techs, helping them realize their dreams and goals of doing more. Home sleep tests are not going away. They're, if nothing else, ramping right on up. They're getting smarter.
Mhm.
They're doing some of the legwork that my night techs do, and they're being trusted more readily than ever before. And don't think that, we'll get away from not having patients in the lab, but even the insurance companies, like so many now, like your home test first, that route, no matter what. Um, that's another thing like we deal with like on the managerial side, like the insurance companies dictate everything. Peers are on the rise. Um, it's a lot. So I don't know if it maybe not necessarily a bad thing, but when you're talking about maybe Changing what someone has done for umpteen years, I think that that's scary, but it doesn't have to be.
All they got to look at is they got to look at a coal miner, they got to look at a farmer, they got to look at a
Evolve,
factory worker.
evolve.
Evolve or be left
You're right.
behind.
It's very true. And then change is hard.
It's a choice to be hard
That is
because it's
true as
all
well.
it's something that's always happening, and so it means it's a choice because it's something that's always constant. It's the only thing that is
That is
constant.
true.
So since it's
That is true.
constant, we make it complicated because we don't want it
We
to
don't
be
want
that
to
way.
change. We don't want to do it.
We
You're
don't want it
right.
to. I think the hardest thing for a human being is to accept the reality of what is true because they want it to be different. And if you
Mm,
just accept what is and go with that and just roll with that and stop talking about what it used to be, how I want it to
mm,
be, and this ain't fair, boo, for real, get over yourself because it ain't about you. It is bigger than you. So it's not difficult for change. We just don't like it because it's not what we want. But let me tell you something. If somebody came in there with them night techs and gave them $1 million to switch over to get that CCSH, you don't think they would? Go raise your hand, raise your hand. Yeah. That's what I tell my patients all the time. I said, if it was your money, you'd be chasing it, but it's your health. Your health is your wealth. But if it was your money, you'd be wondering where that test was. You now you don't. I had a sleep study, but I don't know the results. If it was your money, I know you would have found out what it was.
right.
Just saying.
I love it though.
Awesome, awesome. We are truly honored to have you with your background and working at. Yes, you are. I'm not going to say the best, but I'm going to say one of the best sleep centers. That's what we say too. That's what you're supposed to say. That's what I say. I'm the best. I'm the best sleep navigator. I was the third one, but you can't tell me I ain't the best.
You realize
As
I'm
it
on this
should be.
podcast with you, Donnie, right?
That's why I said it out. That's why I said it out loud because I don't talk behind people back. So
Well, Cheryl already
Wow.
knows who the best is.
so we just thank you so much for coming on and being
I thank
courageous.
y'all for inviting me, for deeming me worthy of an invite.
Girl,
Yes.
most definitely. You rocking and rolling in sleep. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing for your techs. We appreciate what you're doing for the field. We need you to stay open because everybody ain't staying open. We need some competition. So go do what you do. It's
Sounds good. Thank you, ladies, so much. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thanks for
awesome.
coming
Stay on.
on.
I'm gonna stop this recording.
Okay.
Is she ready?